Hello, I'm Joseph Dillard. Welcome to the Integral Deep Listening video curricula. This cognitive distortion, emotional reasoning, is the exact opposite of what cognitive behavioral therapy teaches. Emotional reasoning says that how you feel determines what you think. Cognitive behavioral therapy says that if you want to change how you feel, you need to change how you think. This distortion says that you can't change how you think because your feelings are real. The point is not that your feelings are unreal, but that they make poor masters of the house of your consciousness. Emotional reasoning is another example of a living fossil, like an ancient fish discovered still living in the ocean. It is a way of being that was perfectly normal and common during an earlier era of your development and of human historical development. You and I have created conditions that have allowed it not only to survive, but to flourish in a time when our needs and challenges have evolved far past it. As a child, your feelings made something real or unreal, good or bad. You didn't have any choice because you hadn't yet developed the ability to think about your feelings. You probably know adults who are quite smart and capable, yet still are controlled by their emotional preferences. They don't think, they feel. They don't respond, they react. Therefore, their preferences define their reality. What they like is good, true, and real, while what they don't like is bad, false, and illusory. Consequently, their life is an emotional roller coaster in which they constantly move toward what they like and away from that which they dislike, even when what they like is killing them and what they dislike is what they need. The Hindus have a famous metaphor about this. In this metaphor, your body is a chariot. You are the driver, and your emotions are the horses. Your feelings are like the horses, and your thoughts are the reins that control the horses. If you let the horses guide the chariot by dropping the reins, your thoughts, you may go over a cliff, or they may stop and graze, and you go nowhere at all. In any case, you're in for a difficult and perhaps pointless experience. You need your horses, but not for them to be in charge. This analogy roughly correlates with cognitive behavioral therapy, which puts reason, your reins in the metaphor, in charge of the chariot. Hinduism improves on this by having Krishna as a guide in the chariot, a metaphor for your life compass. Just using your reason to stop your cognitive distortions is very good, but it's not enough. You need the direction of your life compass. When you dream, your reality is largely determined by how you feel. If you are threatened or scared, certain things happen in the dream. In the example above, the lady throws soda. If you stay calm, if she stayed calm and non-reactive, other things happen in the dream. This is a vast improvement, but it is not enough because just thinking happy thoughts or even productive thoughts or being an optimist can still be a cognitive distortion. Your emotions are your horses. Let them take you where your life compass tells you to direct them, whether you are awake, dreaming, or having a mystical experience. Don't allow your emotions to choose where you are going to go, unless you like being taken over a cliff every now and then. In near-death and mystical experiences, extraordinarily positive feelings do determine not only what you think, but who you are. It's as if the horses pulling your chariot grew wings and turned into Pegasus, or more bizarrely, Krishna grew wings and started pulling your chariot. Are such feelings cognitive distortions? Are they to be trusted? If they are cognitive distortions, they are extremely healthy, beneficial ones. Yes, it is important to listen to them and trust them. The challenge is to integrate those feelings in a way that they do not swamp your ability to think. No matter how lofty a feeling is, it takes reason to channel it into a way that is useful and makes a positive difference. Whenever you attempt to win an argument inside your head or with someone else by getting angry, hurt, excited, defensive, or funny, rather than focusing on the quality of the reasoning or the evidence, you're using the logical fallacy of emotional appeal. It is either an implicit threat, bad things will happen if you don't agree with me, I'll blame you, throw a fit, ignore you, you'll hurt my feelings and then you'll be sorry, or I'll withdraw my financial support, cut you off sexually. It can also be an implicit promise. Good things will happen if you play along with me. I'll make you feel good and forget about your problems. I'll make your life seem easier. These are promises that you know the other person can't fulfill because happiness is an inside job. But you will forget that for now because you want to feel good, and they make you feel good. We use emotional appeals because they often work. There have been times in our lives when we have been able to make people scared and act out of their fear. We have been able to make people relax, suspend their disbelief, and trust us. You and I know we can manipulate people into not thinking and instead trusting the feelings that we evoke in them. However, we also know that this is dishonest. It is about their weakness and inability to see through your phoniness rather than due to any real strength other than a cultivated narcissistic manipulativeness on your part or desire to play gullible and dependent on their part. At some point in life, you and everyone else has to learn how to recognize emotional reasoning and counteract it. No one is born with this ability. Identifying and counteracting emotional reasoning is not a skill most people learn because your parents, my parents, teachers, as well as product manufacturers and politicians know that keeping us ignorant and unskilled in this area increases their power and control. They get more of what they want out of us at our expense. Consequently, you and I fall victim again and again to this logical fallacy throughout our lives, not just expressed by others, but also expressed by ourselves toward ourselves. How does emotional reasoning keep you in the drama triangle? When have you used this cognitive distortion? Think of examples, write one or two down, then write an antidote for them. For example, here are antidotes for the examples above. Because this feels stupid and boring, it must be stupid and boring. We can substitute, just because I have strong feelings towards something or someone, that doesn't make them true, right, or good. Thanks for watching. See you next time.